Hi, this is Art Williams, sometimes known as the Wandering Salsero. It's 3:15 p.m. on June the 28th, which is, I think it's a Tuesday. Anyway, I just wanted to share this little bit of travel advice for anybody who might be considering coming to Colombia, and particularly Medellin, although I don't think this website is only applicable to Medellin. The name of the website is compartoapto.com, compartoapto.com. And what's really unique about this, and you'll certainly understand what I'm saying if you've done any traveling, tourists, and especially American tourists, never get the good deals. The locals, even though they might like you, they're always going to shaft you. They're always going to screw you price-wise, because they just assume that it's their right because you've got the money. you know. But what's really cool is let me go back to the top level here. Well, you see here, this is the guy that I'm moving to Medellin with. He's a friend of mine. It's not a gay relationship either, so don't get your hopes up. But somehow, when I just upgraded to the premium subscription, this site has you can do certain things for searching if you're a basic member, but they have 3 different levels, which are just length of days. One was, I think it was 7 days, then the second one was 15 days, which is the one that I got, and I forget what the other one was for, but I only paid 18,000 pesos, which divide that by 3, since that's the exchange rate right now. So I mean that was $6, and it's the 28th right now. I'm moving on the 5th. On the bus, we get in on the 6th. So that's going to give me plenty of time, or actually Hunter. I guess maybe I can log in too. I don't know. Hunter has actually been doing all the research on the apartments, although to my knowledge, he was doing his research strictly as a basic member. No, a free member. Yeah, a free member. So I don't know if he's going to be able to use this site. Probably is. Now or not. If not, it can probably be arranged. But at any rate, let's see. Okay. See, now what you do in here is you set up a profile. So this apparently is his profile, but it could just as easy be you if you'd signed up right rather than screwing it up like I did. Okay. Let me see. Let me go back here. Well, I don't want to post a search. Let's see. What is this? Hold on here. Let me do some looking around to see what I can show you. Okay, I'll scroll back. See, this is where we were, and then to look, ver avisos, look at ads. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and do this. This right here, mensajes, means excuse me, means messages. And so what this is right here, these are people who have responded to Hunter's ads, the ad that he put on, based on what he and I discussed that I think would be appropriate. Okay, but let me go back, because what I wanted to show you was if you talk to the typical person in well, if you Google rent apartments in Medellin, you will not find this site, and I know because I tried. And yet this is the site. I read about this in an article on another site, and the guy even in the article, he said that somebody had told him about this site, that he was doing all the normal things, that gringos wind up getting screwed, looking on the normal sites, and like in Poblado, which is the ritziest area. It's by no means the only nice area, but it's the ritziest area, the first area to really start growing in Medellin. And, you're seeing all these prices. As a matter of fact, I remember like 2 years ago when I first got here to Barranquilla, meeting a guy, a gringo that's very successful in real estate development. He has a big corporation and they do a bunch of stuff. Robert's his first name. In Medellin, and he was telling me even back then that it would be difficult for me to find anything around 1 million. At that time, I was actually paying 500,000 for not a really minimal place where I was staying. I'm paying $1 million now, which is what, $333. And frankly, I doubt that you could even find any place this nice for $33 in Houston, Texas, which is where I'm from originally. But anyway, this is the way it is. If you put in here what you're looking for, like Hunter put in 1.2 million, which if you divide that by 3, that's $400 a month. And I really don't want to spend that since I believe the rapture is coming soon, like September 21st. I want to spend my money on having a good time and not sleeping, and all I do is sleep in a place like this. Okay. Anyway, but here's the ads. 800,000, right? And then you click on it, and and I'll mention too. You see, this is all in Spanish. So if you're in Chrome, you can right-click on Chrome like that, click the Translate to English, and it suddenly becomes readable. Well, actually, it becomes, you can make more sense. You can read it, but you don't know what it means. And then they've got pictures here. It's, I would say it's pretty sophisticated. It is not normal, it seems to me, in Colombia to find furnished apartments, although you can. But I will say that for what you pay, you get really nice places. Also, Hunter was telling me the other day that there is a law that by law apartment rentors or leaseors cannot charge a deposit. Now I'm sure some do, but anyway, let me scroll down here. You see, and it tells you the area that it's in. Let me click that. Okay, well that's just the regular link. See, like this is 900,000 a month, and you can send interest, and then you click on the map here, and it'll bring up a Google map. Although it's not the full-fledged Google map, because when you click on it, it doesn't do anything. You can scroll in and out like I just did then. And then what you would do if you were going to move, if you were contemplating a move, basically just start reading. And you probably know how to do searches. Just pick various search terms and start reading, and you'll learn. You'll notice on the Google map here that these are like El Chagualo, Suramericano, Libertadores, Naranjal, Bolivariana, yeah, and et cetera, et cetera. And then let's see here. Medellin is really big. Of course, it's not as big as Bogota, as I say. But anyway, that's that. All right. So let me go back here. And you do this consistently, and you'll wind up getting somewhat familiar with the places, and over a period of time you'll have an idea where you want to be, and then you'll like if you're like me, you'll find out where the dance studios are, and then you'll find out that there's one called Dance Free that actually has after class open practices where the students and even people from that aren't students can come in and dance. See? So I'm looking at a place, a hostel right now called Geo, G-E-O. It's $10 a night. It's not real big, so it's possible you could try to book a place there and they wouldn't have it, but it's really nice. It's not the only place. Another place that I found, I'll just mention, it was called the Yellow House. The Yellow House. And I forget what the rates are, though. I had it written down someplace and I can't find it now. See, so now if you were from Medellin, you would recognize what all these things mean. I don't. But what's important is, look at this, 360,000. That is about matter of fact, $120. A shared apartment. Now apparently it's pretty common for people, guys or gals, based on whichever they are, to share apartments. Looking for a roommate and responsible, have a room available, interested in room square by the tower or something. Okay. Looking for a roommate. Now I don't know if these. Okay, yeah. This person owned this. He's leasing it, so he's looking for a roommate. Okay. Have a room available, interested in room. Sometimes the English is not great. Anyway, I don't know if there's any particular order that these are listed in. Let's see here. Aparta Estudio. Lodging proposal in the city of Medellin. Economical lodging. Unknown companions. 750,000. Let's see what it is here. Okay. Let's see. Nice kitchen. You know, they don't always have as much room as people are accustomed to in the U.S., so that's the washing machine right there, but, you know, it's all right. Your table, that's a fan. Medellin is fairly cool, so it's not common for people to use or even have air conditioners in Medellin. See, now that's a little less fancy than I would just expect, but if it's furnished, it might be all right. Plus, that could make a nice bed, you know, for a guest if you were renting this place, okay? So, anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. I will show you one more thing, too, and it occurred to me earlier today that I should do a, just to be nice, not because I'm trying to be famous or anything. Let's see, Google Maps. And I'm going to show you something about the streets. In Colombia, they have what they, you know, whereas in the U.S. we have streets and then we have avenues, right? And if you know anything about New York, which some of you probably do, let's see. No, this is here. Let me get Medellin. Well, okay, this is where I live, Barranquilla right now, all right? And you'll notice that I assume that this area pointing north here, let me scroll out and I'll see, I think the map is oriented right now. So that direction up there toward the top of the screen, that is north. Now let's go back. What I wanted to show you is that sometimes the calles, which you see right there, that's a calle, right there, 61, 60, 58. Like, here's where I live right here. The calles run sort of north and south. Not exactly, but sort of. The carreras, and I sort of pronounce it right, run east-west, sort of. I have noticed here that the smaller numbers seem to start down here on the carreras, and for the calles, the smaller numbers start over here on the right, okay? But let's look at Medellin, and you'll see it's just the opposite. Medellin. Pardon me. All right, here we go. See, there's a calle right there, and it's running more or less east-west, right? And then here's a calle running 51B. Now, another interesting thing here, and this is part of the strategy, that you would use if you were getting to know Medellin, or for that matter, probably any of the larger cities in Colombia, which, by the way, would be Bogota, Medellin, Barranquilla, maybe you could say Cali, maybe Cartagena, Bucaramanga is real pretty from what I see too, from some pictures. Anyway, that's the way that goes. But what I was going to show you is, you see these little stars right here? These are places that I've hostels that I've researched. And what I'm trying to figure out how to do, if I could send Hunter this map, which I don't know how in the hell to do it. Well, I could do it right here. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if that's just for this location or not, though. Anyway, I know there is a way you can send this map to somebody else. And what I've done, see, this is Yellow House right here. And it has a good rating. You can see it's 4 point something. This one right here, International House, this also has a very good rating. It's a little high for my budget, though. And then down here, this is the Poblado area. And I will tell you that I understand that a lot of these areas over here there's a lot of good areas over here. When I say good, I mean, with what you would expect of a city like Colombia, trees and stuff like that. And then south of El Poblado, you've got, I think they call it Envigado. Yeah, right here, Envigado. Now see, I gather that Envigado is sort of a large area, but secondarily to that, a subsidiary like political jurisdiction would be Obrero, Los Sauces, La Esmeralda, and then there's others. Now, I'll just show you one more thing, okay? One of the things that really helped me a lot, there's a magazine here in town, Medellin Living, and they have a lot of really good articles. I mean, it's highly, if you know me at all, I curate a lot of articles. I like curation, it's fun. But this is their map right here. See there? And when you roll over the area, it tells you about the area. Medellin's wealthiest neighborhood. Okay. And then there's other areas though, like right here. I think the guy that wrote this article lives in Belen, most well-rounded community. These are really good articles. I really cannot recommend this too highly. And then they also have you could Google hostels. Their search engine seems to be pretty good. And the one that I was using to kind of put my pins on that Google map was this article right here. I don't know why they put that article there. That picture, I don't consider that a very attractive bed. It certainly wouldn't appeal to a millennial, I don't think. But anyway, it has. Sorry. Yeah, click on the article, and then it lists several different International House Medellin. One thing that I found too, that when you're looking at these hostels, you really want to be cognizant of whether or not you're looking for a party atmosphere, because some of these hostels sort of go out of their way to make not only a social atmosphere but a party atmosphere. Now that's okay if that's what you want. If you want to raise hell all night, I don't. I mean, I stay up all night, but I'm not raising hell. Okay, and when I've read some of the like this one right here, Happy Buddha, I think I read that there was some comments there that said it was a little noisy at night sometimes. Okay, and then it'll show you some rooms. This is a Greek guy. I crossed this off my list, although it had a pretty good rating. But there were some things there I didn't like. This one I liked. As you can see, this is sort of the rule rather than the exception, because they're going to do that because that caters to their crowd, their backpacker crowd. Urban Buddha was similar to Happy Buddha. Well, no, I wasn't. This one was a little more rustic, as I recall. Hostel Rancho, that's not even a hostel as far as I could tell, nor is this one, because there wasn't anything there. Maybe I missed it. Pit Stop actually seemed like it was pretty good. Casa Kiwi apparently is somewhat popular. I didn't, there were some things on the ratings that I didn't like. Palm Tree Motel sounded pretty good. And then the last one, this is Geo Motel. This is the one, even though it doesn't have any character at all. It almost looks like a Star Troopers Army barracks, but it wasn't anything like, for example, this one, or this one. But anyway, that is a magazine that you want to be sure and check out if you want to find out something about Medellin. I highly, highly recommend it. Okay. All right, that's all I got to say. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bye.